Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Canary Mines for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. This abandoned mine already has the makings of a tourist attraction with its miniature railway and a pair of vertical drop roller coasters. Your objective, to have at least 1,300 guests in your park at the end of October Year 3 for a park rating of at least 600. Okay then, so the standout rides then are these two vertical drop roller coasters. Decent stats on those. Don't know why they're running with 2 cars. We'll change that to 3, definitely. And looking at the entrance and exits, I will rejig those. I'll split the stations, so we'll have a separate station for the entrance, separate station for the exit. That way we can extend the queues, and it'll add as a block section as well, so we've got better throughput. I'll try and keep the start the way it is, but failing that, I think you can connect it straight up to the drop. Is there any photo sections? No. Okay, we'll add that, and we've got a miniature railway as well. Okay. Decent stats on that, but it kind of gets in the way. So I'm probably going to get rid of that. Because, I mean, look where the stations are. The station is there. It's just in the way. It's blocking off this section there. Where is the entrance? Let's tap on the fence. No, we'll tap on that then. So that won't work. So the entrance is over here. So it goes underground. Okay. Oh, and there's another station just down there. Well, that's a pain then. Oh, we're charging for entrance. Okay, so that's one of 2 so far, I think. Factory capers, you pay to get in, and this one, I think that makes this the second, I believe. So it's not a huge goal. The main issue with this one is the terrain. But I think we can make it easier by rejigging the path a little. We'll get rid of the train because it just gets in the way. I think with this one, normally I'd probably be a bit more careful when I get rid of the path. With this one, I'm just going to delete the path. Whichever guests are on the path are going to fall off the map and disappear. It won't harm our rating, that's fine, but it will then cause the game to generate more guests to come into the park, and if we whack the price up to 40, we'll end up making a decent sum of cash. I think at the start, apart from the rejig in the vertical drop coasters, as I said, I will spend a bit of time doing pathing and things like that, adding path loops around the place. If I don't do it now, it's gonna cause me problems for the rest of the game. So if you spend a bit of time doing it straight away, it just makes everything so much easier. What rides have we got? We've seen that. Not much in the way of gentle rides. We've got a few decent coasters to begin with. I mean, we've already got 2 very good coasters to start with. Got some thrill rides, a water ride, and not a bad selection of shops. You know, we've got kiosk, we've got toilet, and we've got a decent choice of food and drink. Does it count as a drink stall? We'll find out. Yeah, so I think for now then, let's research thrill rides and get on with the pathing and the coasters. May year 1, so we've rejigged the vertical drop then. I originally did have the start as it was, but then it was just a pain with the pathing. So we've rejigged it so it just comes straight up, drops down. We've got the photo sections just up there, and then underground then, let's have a look, what have we got? So we've got a little brake run, block break, and then we've got the exit. Let's turn off. We got the exit station, and then we've got the entrance station as well. And we've changed it now, so rather than having 4 trains with 2 cars per train, we've got it as 3 trains with 3 cars per train. So it's just a bit nicer. Let's have a look at the stats on that. More or less the same. We've changed the names from Ziggurators 1 and 2, wherever they are, to Canary and Budgie. So the name of it is Canary Mines. So what that references is, and I apologize if I am literally telling you something that you know. If you don't know, you don't know. So in like ye olden days, actually not that long ago, when coal mining was a big thing, and before the days of digital sensors, what they would do is they would have an actual canary in a little bird cage, and they would take that down to the mine, and the canary would die in the event of toxic gases like CO2 or potentially explosive gases, and that would then notify the miners that, hang on a second, we shouldn't be in here. So these days they would have sensors and things, but detectors. But yeah, that's why there is a saying called the canary in the coal mine. So we've got loads of pathing around the place. I've made a. Oh, hang on. Okay. So this is one of those things that, because we normally have a drink stall to begin with, now clearly we've got fruity ices. Now that is a frozen drink, so really that should count, but maybe it doesn't count. Maybe it just counts as food. So we'll research shops then, because obviously guests aren't getting their thirst quenched from the fruity ices. I will look into that, and I'll put a graphic up on screen to clarify that. So yeah, we're going to research shops then, at least until we get a drink stall out. But we're doing all right. We've got the path, as you can see, all the way around with the kiosks and toilets and things like that on major junctions, food and what I thought was drink, but now just food and food. Yeah, and we've added some ramps where we need to, just to make it look a little prettier. We've added this little bridge across there. I think the park's shaping up pretty well. Yeah, we've only got 230 guests, but I mean we only need 1,300, and we got 2.5 years to do it in. So now we've done the donkey work of the pathing. That's the sort of the boring stuff. Now what we can do, because we've got a decent amount of thrill rides, we can start putting those in the spaces that we've got, and then hopefully we'll have a drink stall out pretty quickly, and then we can get on with researching some of the cooler rides. October year 1, over 800 guests in the park, so we only need about 500 more to complete the goal, and we've got 2 years to do it in. So as you can see, we've got a launch tower just there, we've got Ferris wheel just over there, top spin just on this corner here, we've got the drink stall, so that's pretty cool. And then what have we got over here? Motion simulator just there, and a twist just there. Guests loving it. Oh, look, and a pirate ship just down there. Had to rejig it. There was a tiny pond just there, so we kind of dumped the pirate ship on top of it. It is a mine, so it's probably poisonous water. Yeah, so all in all, I'm happy with the way things have turned out so far. We've got the drink stall, as you can see. So now we're going to research. Oh, wrong menu. So now we're researching roller coasters, see what we can get out. We've already got, we've got these. So what we're going to do now is all the bits around the edge of the park now, we can start filling up with roller coasters and things like that. Again, we only need 500 guests, so we don't need to do that many rides. But because it's a pay entry park, and as opposed to a pay per ride park, really what you want to do with those is you want to go cheap and cheerful. A roller coaster that costs you 5,000 is going to add as many guests to the park as a roller coaster that costs you 10 or 15. So, there's no point in going overboard unless you've got the cash. And I mean, we do have the cash, so who knows what we're going to come up with. October year 2, just under 1,100 guests in the park, so only another 200 or so to go. We've got another year, and we know that we usually get a really good year in the third year. So we've got a wild mouse just down here, as you can see, cheap and cheerful, coal damp. So that's one of those poisonous gases that you might find in a mine. When I say you, I mean I don't think you're going to go down to a mine, but you in general, you know. And then we've got Virginia Reel just up here called Dynamite. Decent stats on that. And then we've got a mine train coaster just there, copper. Decent stats on that. Yes, we've gone for a bit of a mix of cheap and cheerful, and then ones that are a little bit longer. So with this one, I did want something that comes down, drops down, goes in and out, and takes you somewhat into the middle of the park. And then let's have a look then. Let's have a look. What have we got around the rest of the park? A nice empty blank canvas over here. And then we've got a junior coaster just here. Nope. Log jam. Because we've got the log trains. There you go. Not bad excitement. Again, we don't need anything too high because it's pay per entry. So the guests are just going to go on it. Or in this case, not really go on it. But then we've only got 1,100 guests. So as the park fills up, we will get more guests going on the rides, and we have got a nice long queue as well to soak up some of the guests as and when they come in. A little bit of scenery here and there, some merch stalls down around the place, color coordinated with the rides. It doesn't really matter, but it just looks pretty. So yeah, I think we've got a few more spaces. Again, over this side we got a nice big space. Over this side we got a nice big space, so it's at least 2 coasters we can fit in. Let's have a look what we've got. So obviously we got a wooden coaster. I mean, we could do one of them. We've already got a wild mouse though, so those corkscrew would be nice and cheap and cheerful. We could do some sort of powered launch on that. Yeah, so I'm in 2 minds, right? On the one hand, I don't want to go for anything too big and out there because it'll obscure the views of the park, not just for people watching the video, but I also imagine that you're like a little person walking around the park and you want to be able to see everything in the park. You don't want to just see supports in your way. So, but then I also think that maybe something big and cool, something big and massive would be kind of cool. So I don't know. We're going to play it by ear and just see what we can do. October year 3, 1,470 something guests in the park. So we have beaten the goal. We have a good 170 guests to spare, and we have gone for something kind of big and crazy with this massive brown and black and red wooden coaster. And this one is called TNT. I know, we've already got one called Dynamite, but it's kind of different, isn't it? It's kind of different. Yeah, so we've got a corkscrew coaster just down there. Launches into, what do you call this? A dive loop? I don't know, something like that. So it launches you into that, goes underground, comes back, and back to the station. It's called Rock Blast. Decent stats on that. Got some painted fences and things, making the place look pretty. So the wooden coaster then, it takes you, comes out, drops down, meanders round, comes up the chain lift, drops down, and then we've got a bend and a turnaround and then a photo section. Nice interactions with the junior coaster. Has that boosted it? Maybe a little. Not much. It's very fast. Underneath the vertical drops, interactions with the mine train coaster. Goes around the middle of the park, and then it races back into the station. We've only got 2 trains on it, so it's fine. It is operating in block section. So by the time this one comes back to the station is already clear. Yeah, so like I said, a bit big and crazy. This is the thing. You see, imagine if you will, you're one of these guests down here. Initially, I did think, when I saw this earlier, I did think they were sort of getting lost and stuck, but I don't think they are. They're just sort of wandering. So imagine, if you will, you're one of these down here and you're looking around and you can't really, I don't know, can you see things? Like you're trying to look up there. I suppose the terrain's going to get in the way, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I think it looks all right. I don't normally go for big and crazy with the wooden coasters. As I said, they kind of get in the way. And I'm waffling on a bit now. We got so long to go until the end of the scenario. And yeah, we got a future world coming up next, I think. And I'm not really looking forward to that, but I've come up with an idea for it. So hopefully that'll make things look pretty cool. It'll give me something to aim for anyway. Is it Halloween? Probably is. Got loads of balloons down, so hopefully we'll get to see a lot of them dropping them. Woo! Can you drop a balloon, or do you just let it go? I suppose if it's a normal balloon where you've blown up yourself, you can drop it. If it's helium, you let it go. Yeah, Jolly Jungle. Oh, that's a pretty cool one. Yeah, I know we did an interesting park on that last time. So yeah, so this was Canary Mines. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more, you know what to do. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.